And voila. And I'll give the words to Hana and Vojta.
So, hello.
Thank you very much. Hello, how are you? I give my word to Hana. Maybe you can start.
Okay, so hello, I'm happy to see all of you here at our session. I'm Hana, I'm from CIRQUEON, which is circus organization in Prague. And I'm a circus teacher, and I'm also a project manager. And I was project manager for a Circus Clinic project. Vojto?
Great. My name is Vojta, and I work as a clinical psychologist, and I was honored to be part of Circus Clinic project. Maybe we can briefly just talk about that project if you doesn't heard about it. Yeah, it was a 2 years international project, including Prague CIRQUEON, Circus in Beveging from Belgium, and Casa Circostanza, I would say, from Italy. And we were trying to explore therapeutic potential of contemporary circus. So that was the main goal to make this kind of research. And now we are going to talk more about what we find out, what we think is important for facilitators. If we think about using circus as a tool for improving well-being, to make people feel better in different circumstances. So that's the topic of today, right?
Yeah, so during the project, we had a couple of meetings, like 5 meetings together with different people in different countries. Like it was held twice in a CIRQUEON in a Prague, twice in a circus in Beveging, and once in Italy. We had different topics to explore, and during these we just discovered that there are some certain things which are kind of similar to the approach of the circus teacher and the therapeutic or therapist or psychologist. So we kind of agreed on it, and that's our perspective, and we put it in the book as one of the results of the projects, which Bara sent the link to download it, and I think she will send it again after the session. So that's the how it evolved basically. So that's the thing we explored. And yeah, Vojta, would you like to start with this topic?
Sure. That, for me, the most important part of this book is collection of the stories, which were basically like case studies or examples of using circus in different backgrounds. Or you can, if you read it, you can find some examples how it happened sometimes that it really helped to different people in different places somehow. And the other part of the book is something where we were trying to collect all this knowledge and what we think can be helpful, what you can use with working with the people.
Maybe I would like to add that this book is, as Vojta said, part of the book are stories or case studies. Part of the book is our kind of how we see the good practice and what is when people say circus or circus pedagogy. And the good thing to say is that it's not encouraging people to trying to do a therapeutical way of doing circus by themselves if they are not therapists. It's more encouraging to work in a teams or with somebody who already is a therapist, or if somebody is a therapist, he can use the tools of circles to enrich the therapeutical potential of the practice. So that's the good to say, to not trying to do the therapeutical thing or the session if you are not a therapist. And yeah, let's start. I would start with accepting. What do you think, Vojta?
To add that the book is meant to be inspirational for both from people who already work as therapists to enrich their practice by some circus tools, and from circus people working in social circus or youth circus, just to be aware that sometimes what is happening during the sessions can be really magic, and it can be very powerful. So it works both ways. Yeah, and let's start with encouraging. Or what did you say, Hana?
I said accepting, but
Accepting. Sorry.
encouraging.
So, accepting that's the basic, right?
This is acceptance. I accept that Vojta is half doing by prepared session and half doing as improvisation, as he's a psychologist but also circus artist. So sorry if it seems to be not so, if you don't understand or something, just let us know. You know, you don't need to be quiet all the time. You can say, okay, we didn't understand what you mean, or whatever. But yeah, one of the things we found that it's very important for the teacher, circus teacher, and the therapist is acceptance. We accept that there are differences between us, between the personalities, between the people we meet in a life, and also people we meet in our classes. So one of the things teacher and therapist should be accepting. So there is the word which is connect with accepting is respect. So we respect each other, we respect personalities, we respect the differences, and that's the same for the therapist and same for the teacher. Maybe we can, Vojta, we can change between the topics one by one. What do you think? So
It's fine. And things we will be mentioning are part of that basic attitudes that we really strive to use or yeah, and all this should be part of making a strong bond between the therapist or the teacher or that facilitator and the client, because the stronger is the bond, that more powerful is the technique you use. So all these conditions are somehow connected with this. So accepting is the, I would say, one of the basic when the client feels that you are accepting him. That's the good start how to relate or how to work on your relationship. Yeah, the second one, adaptable. We strive to be adaptable. We are trying to adapt as much as possible to conditions where our clients live, and for example, the level of energy they have today, and it's our job to adapt to their conditions, not to push them to adapt to ours. So being adaptable or adaptive is very, very important.
okay, the next thing is be aware and authentic. There's the thing I personally think that's the very important part, that we are authentic, even to be able to show that our strengths, but also our weakness, And somehow, I would say, if we don't believe in what we are doing, especially children, they can sense it. If you kind of like trying to play something, to show something, but it's not really yours, it might be kind of the weird feeling, and it's not authentic then. And it might have give some wrong impression, and it might be the struggling to do this boundary, this bonding, what Vojta talked about. So be authentic and be aware as a teachers or facilitators, be aware what we are able to do. Again, it's this a little bit lead back to what I said before, that if we are not therapists, we don't try to act like it. If I'm a circus teacher, I can think that I see some struggling of my children in the class, but we don't do any kind of diagnosis. I don't try to see the psychological term. I'm there for them because I'm a teacher, and I'm aware that I cannot solve, let's say, their mental well-being, but maybe I can help as far as I can as a teacher. So be aware of our abilities.
Yeah. Be authentic. The authenticity is one of the crucial things in humanistic approach in therapy. So that's I would underline that authenticity is one of the most important, and it's somehow connected with consistency and boundaries that we are trying to set, because boundaries, that's primarily a responsibility of the facilitator to take care of boundaries, which are the basic of safe space. When client knows exactly what we are doing, and we are not doing anything else. I mean that we are not going across these boundaries. That's the basic of feeling safe, and the responsibility is mainly for the facilitator, again, to feel, to be aware of their emotions, to be aware of their limits, and be able to stay in that zone. Then they are really confident, and they really know what to do. So boundaries and the consistency, it means for me that that you really you are not changing approaches every time, but you are consistent, and the client knows what to expect from you.
Maybe I would add that with the boundaries and with these, we say about the best practice, best approach. There is also the thing, you can always ask for advice of somebody. If you don't think, or you don't feel, or you feel something's wrong or doesn't work, you would like to, you can ask. I hope in other organization you have this, chance to ask somebody around you, your colleague, or if there is somebody ahead, like a supervisor or somebody, you can always ask. Communication is a key also. Again, it's a key for a lot of things. We should be aware that the communication, it's not only about the words we are saying, but it's also about the posture, gesture, the tone of the voice. So again, we should somehow be able to do what we are saying, even with our body, with the tone of our voice, with our gesture towards people we are working with. So if we are trying to be very nice and we do something very weird with our face, then you can see that it's not real, maybe, that there is something, it's not the internal same as external. So be aware that if we are doing something and we are saying something, it should correspond to each other. So the communication, not just by words, but also by your body.
Yes, we are going through the list of nice words. Connecting. Connecting is next one. That's something that we are really aware. I think that we really want to be together, that we want to cooperate, that we want to make a strong team at in facilitators should be in a strong team, and as well participants are encouraged to be as much connected to each other, because that's something that can enrich our souls, our beings, and the more we feel connected, the more safe we can stay again, and that's something I see it's very at the core of humanity, that we are really taking care of our social part of being. So that's something that we are trying to improve as much as possible to connective between each other.
Okay, connection, curiosity. As a teacher or facilitator, we should be or supposed to be curious, always curious, and observe the situation with the curiosity. So not everything what looks like something is necessary. The I don't know how to say, like, let's do the example. If you have a children in your class or child in your class, and they are maybe aggressive or angry or something, there possibly is something behind. It's not necessarily that the anger and the aggression is by itself, that the child would like to make a mess, but maybe there is something what happened the same day or day before. And if we are able to be curious, we can make a new connection to find the way how to communicate with the person. Also, curiosity for me means to be open to learn. As a teacher and a facilitator, it's nice to be always open to learn something, to find something new maybe.
But curiosity is for me always connected with observing. So we are trying to be good observers and be aware of as much and of the situation as we can. Sometimes it means that we can step back a little bit and just to listen and watch and just observe the situation we are in, and try to sometimes we use word metacognition, that we are trying to really observe our thoughts, observe our feelings, connected with these situations, and that's something that can really help us to be authentic again, and then as I think that if we have enough information, we can make better decisions, and we can act more efficient, I think. So observing is a very important quality again.
For all of these, what we mentioned, we need to be present. It means fully in the moment. So basically, it means that if everything what we already mentioned with Vojta, if you are not present, if you are not fully present, you cannot have this. You cannot have this attitude. Basically, I don't know, if you think about what you will make for a dinner during teaching or therapeutic session, it doesn't work basically. So and sometimes it might be hard because we have something in our thoughts. Maybe we are solving some very specific problem, but in the class and working with the people in general, we should be fully present and give them this to how is it called? Yeah, basically be there for them and have this connection.
Yeah. But it's not enough to be just present, because we have to be reflective as well. We have to be able to work with our past, to be able to look back and to say if we reach our goals, if we are going to the right path, if these techniques we use, if they work as we meant to, as we wanted to, and that's a part of the job as well, that we are able to reflect on our behavior, reflect on these situations, and yeah, to work with our past as well, to be prepared for present and prepare for the future as well.
As a people, again, working with the others, we are in the position of the power. We should be aware of this. So there is one of the topics that we supposed to be trustful, because there is a trust. They give us trust that we know what we are doing. So we support people with a kind of and we are fully aware that we are in this state of powerness. So we should be basically, for me, it's like be aware that we are in the position of the power. We should not abuse it. If we do, that's not the thing. That's the very, I would say, people who are, and maybe they are even not aware that they are abusing their position of the power. So be aware of this.
Yes, is trust. We are trying to build trust between us and clients or participants, and so it's nice to be able to reflect on our position. And the last one is welcoming. We are welcoming. It's we are probably at the beginning again, because that's the basic attitude which is connected with respect and accepting that we are really. It's I feel that the welcoming is active position. We can be respectful but passive. But when we are welcoming, we are doing something to let them know that they are welcome, that we are waiting for them, and we want to show them that we are open and really that we have the time for them, that we have our attention to them, and that's again one of the basic things that can help us to build a functional relationship through which we can work.
So, and with the welcoming now, thank you for spending like 25 minutes to listening to us, and now you are welcome to ask, to say what you think, or if you would like to ask on the project, or if you would like to ask let's say Vojta, because Vojta is already doing circus therapy in his therapeutical process, using circus as a tool, or if you have some suggestion, or if you doing the same thing like we do, let's have some discussion or talk on the topic.
Do we have any questions? I have one to start with for others to think about. Could you tell some examples of the stories that you're covering in the book? You know, like what are the situations that the circus teachers can observe in their classes, and you know, like which stories relate to the daily practice in circus from the book?
Okay, I can go with my story, because the stories in the book are different and from the different places. But my story is basically about my student, the young girl. She was very open, very sensitive during the whole year I taught her, and she was very sensitive. So if anything happened in the class, she came to me and did some kind of very adulthood, the specification of the situation. Like, yeah, now we are doing a lot of math. It has to be hard on you as a teacher. And she was also very sensitive in a way that she was very open. She came and said, okay, I don't feel good today. I just need to be alone a little bit, which is always option in our class. So she was on the side in the gym, observing others, and she was really like very deep in her thoughts, and that was interesting to see the process, how she was able to open to me and my colleague in the class. And I genuinely, I thought she's very open about everything what she's saying. And in the very end of the semester, when we were preparing our final show, and we did something on the silks, she then came to me that she's not able to go on the silks because she's afraid. She was scared a lot because before in some class, it wasn't led by myself, she dropped from the silk, and it was her traumatic experience, and she didn't tell me for the whole year. And she told me that right after the last session that something like this happened to her. So even if somebody is very open or act like very, very honestly, there might be even something deeper what happened and what is still to be discovered. So yeah, that's the thing that might be. So we can see something, we can observe something, but there might be something deeper we don't see, or what somebody didn't tell us yet.
Thank you.
My story is that I had the study of one girl suffering, or say it, with social anxiety, and she was completely unable to speak during the sessions at the beginning, and it was quite difficult to just be there together, just to stay together, and because she was really anxious, and it was not easy for her. And then we started to use juggling balls and juggle boards. So we were rolling balls together, and that helped us to connect with each other, and to stay first sessions just to spend the time together. And then after that, I believe that it helped us to connect somehow, and to start therapeutic process even. So it was something we can call pre-therapy, that we were not doing therapy yet, but it really helped us. And all I was doing was just staying present, staying open, staying respectful and welcoming. And the main attitude was like, okay, that's fine that you're not talking, because normally during, for example, school classes or something, that she was pushed to talk, like, hey, can you tell us something? And that was something that really made her anxious. And with me, she could have a new experience, that she can stay with somebody new for her, and without this pressure, and just sharing simple movements. And yeah, so that's one example from my practice.
I have maybe the thing, if you maybe you have experience from your class, or you would like to share some experience with some specific situation happened to you, and maybe you won't share to how you solve it, or ask how we would solve it. Some, you know, just like have this space to ask or to share. Nobody.
And if not, or before people get courage to talk, I have one more question for Vojta. If you could tell us about your group therapy project that is using Circus. Who do you have in the group? And
you mean our Cascabel Olomouc project?
oh yeah, or the classes you're
Or which one? I because I probably didn't hear you from the beginning.
The project that you started was I think you had children like secondary school age with behavioral issues. But
Really?
maybe a circus, but that was just a group session you were teaching. But or also what might be interesting for people is in your practice as a clinical therapist, because I know you're using Circus methods for diagnosing some things. So if you could maybe describe how that works.
Yeah. The diagnostic thing is maybe easier in a way that I use I use juggling, and that's nice because it's quite difficult motorical exercise. So I just use this adaptive juggling inspiration from Craig Watt, and I have a set of these exercises, and I can after a few years I can say if you are if your motorical skills are in the some norm, or if it's something if you're learning fast enough, or if there is any kind of for example organical injury or something. So that's one part of it, and as well because I tried to do it with all people at the beginning of first 1, 2, 3 sessions, and after that sometimes it's very helpful because we can get back to this, and for example, almost everybody, I would say more than 90% of healthy people can do cascade with the balls on the table. This is kind of a sequence that you can easily do with your eyes closed, and you can breathe during that, and you can use it as a tool for self-regulation of emotions. So sometimes it really helps when you want to just get rid of thoughts that are in your mind, or somehow to connect with your body. So that's how I use it. So I first start with this diagnostic things. Is it fine for you? And then we realize that it's fine almost for everybody, and then we can connect with that, and yeah, and sometimes that's it. Yeah, but of course I have spinning plates, and for smaller kids it's nice to just have it to entertain, or to make them feel safe, and make them feel like fine, just in that strange situation when they are on the with a strange guy in a strange building.
Joshua, I don't know if you were applauding or if you were raising a hand. If you have a question.
Can I ask a question? Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh yes,
Thank
hello. I'm from Circusville over in Northern Ireland. Thank you very much for everything you said so far. I quite understood in terms of how you would apply sort of the skills that you've said to our trainers. So we have maybe a team of 15 to 20 freelancers. So I think whenever we talk about like sort of awareness and using reflective tools, is there anything sort of simple tools you have that would allow us to support and develop these skills in our trainers? To be able to, how do you build self-awareness and awareness of a group for our trainers, so then they can go and deliver this? You know, are there simple tools you have?
Thank you for question. What do you think, Hana? Do you want to answer, or?
Like I would say for self-awareness, it's for me specifically is always to have some like a evaluation feedback, to be able to have some people around I can discuss what I am doing, maybe some senior teachers, and be aware, like yeah, like I don't know if there is like the specific tool. I would say that the thing of learning some soft skills and the feedback and self-evaluation will lead you to explore who you are. So then you can be aware of who you are, and then you can give the good performance as a teacher. So I would say this kind of like a thing, giving together. Vojta, maybe you have some psychologist.
Yeah, I would say that the basic thing is to have the focus on it. Like when you have that attitude that okay, this is something important and we have to be aware of it. That's the first step. And then I would say that it's nice to have some supervision, to have somebody I can ask, and somebody who can reflect on me, and then I can step by step learn how to reflect on myself, and as well it can be helpful, I think, work in a group where we have more points of view, and we can reflect on the things, and as Hana said, it's kind of a soft skill that we have to develop during the years. That it's not something that we can learn once for all and then do nothing, but it's something that we really have to practice every time, and I don't think that we can be perfect in it.
Maybe I have one more thing, that what is a practice in a CIRQUEON. We have external supervisor, the guy who's coming regularly to CIRQUEON, and the teachers are going together, sharing what they need to say, to share, and basically it makes with the external supervisor the good space for us to share and to solve if something happening. And also it's great kind of like a bonding thing, that we are aware that we are facing the same issues maybe, or the same struggling. So the external supervisor, I think it's a good practice.
Great, thank you. I'll skip to Jojo because he was the first one, but was using a different emoji. So if Jojo, what's your question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I am Jose. I am working for the Circus School in Brussels. I work with handicap in the project with people with disabilities, and I am from Ecuador. So my question is about associations. In the book I read, you work with different associations in Europe and with the Circus Art Institute in USA. So my question is maybe how was the approach with the circus in America or South America? Maybe if you think there are difference with the pedagogy, with the approach, with this multicultural continent, maybe with this public, because I think here in Europe there are a lot of Americans and South Americans trainers working here in Europe, and this create this multicultural approach. As me, for example, me as a Ecuadorian working here in Europe, the approach to the multicultural and understanding the different realities, it's very rich, and I think the book helped me a lot to understand different ways to understand new cultures. And so I just want to ask if you, what do you think, how you do you work with different institutions or associations abroad?
Okay, so I'm just checking what is in the book. So there is a association revolving around the project and involved in this project, and maybe there is a little bit of mystification because we didn't cooperate with the association in a US, let's say, and others. This is just like for example, if somebody would like to discover more about youth and social circles. So we didn't work with a US association. Maybe Bara can say something about US. She has more experience.
Yeah, I was going to say that in America del Sur, a lot of the things are happening with Craig Quad. I don't know if you met him, Jojo, with the adaptive juggling. And then there is another project by Miguel Manzana, who's from Spain, but he's traveling around America del Sur for the past 2 years, and he started a project in which he is mapping the circus community, but not in the usual way we would do it, like in like the European way of having a map and then having a place, but he's mapping people. So he has a network analysis of people he has met, and he's connecting them. So even if the person moves from, like one town to another, it would still like be connected through the person. And it's a great project. He only has it in Spanish, but that's good for you. So I can send a link to this map with the other materials after this session.
Thank you.
That answers what you were asking.
And maybe I can just add that we, as a CIRQUEON, we do a cooperation with a different association outside of the circus. So it's not happening now, but we did the cooperation with how is it visually
Yeah.
So we did this circus stuff. We work with disabled people in the facility. We have some connection with the facility for psychiatrist patients. Basically, I would say the experience is that they are happy if we are giving them the opportunity to bring a circus as something interesting for them and for their clients. The thing what is usually the issue or the problem is the finances. It's like let's say circus might be very helpful in many fields, but we need to finance it somehow. So
Yes.
Yeah, finances. And if I can, one more thing that we have encountered in the Czech Republic is the regime of the institutions. Because if it's people who are like living in a facility, they often have a schedule, like breakfast, morning activity, and it goes, like in a daily or a weekly, just like keeps repeating. And when you come in and want to disrupt it with, for example, a circus session, it's very complicated from the institutional point of view, because they are not used to, things not going in the cycles. So sometimes we had issues. Like the clients would be very happy to do these activities, but the institution or the employees didn't know how to deal with something irregular.
And it is different in different countries. In a book, there are our colleagues from Belgium, and if you read the book, you read it about them. They already work as a part of the therapeutical process in facility, so it's different in each country, which it's nice to see, and I hope someday we will get there also as a teacher of circus in Czech Republic. That, yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Good see.
Yes. Hi, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Just previously I had problems with the technique, but nice. Thank you. And I would like to ask, and sorry if you have already answered this question that I missed the it. But my question is that when you're talking about working with therapists, does it include occupational therapists or just like a psychological therapist?
So part of this Circus Clinic project, there were at least 1 or 2 occupational therapists, right? So you can find the examples in the book, and in the Belgium they already have it as a part of healthcare, that they use circus techniques as that occupational therapy.
Okay, yeah, I'm eager to get my hands on the book, and yeah, that's my big dream, to one day to study to be an occupational therapist and to combine the circus knowledge and that side. Yeah, thank you.
We have the book in our office, Tytti.
You can really touch it.
Some other question? I have maybe one thing I read down here. I would like to mention what is, and maybe it's also your experience in your classes in your country, that we kind of discovered with our colleagues that sometimes in our classes we are trying to provide this safe space and do the best approach of a circus teacher and everything together. And sometimes as we do our best, we make the space, let's say so safe that we are the space where our children and people get emotional and show their feelings, because sometimes they have to be in a kind of a shape at school or at home to show that they are strong and everything is good. And sometimes it happens just in our classes that they have some kind of a meltdown or some very emotional reaction. And it's somehow sad to witness it, but on the other hand, it's kind of a proof that we are doing something nice to them, to let them have this feeling to show, and in the same time, it's good to be aware that it might happen, because then the one who needs to solve the situation is the teacher, and it's not easy. Not everybody feels confident. And maybe your teachers need time to time some supervision or evaluation or some basic human support, and let them be also people that, like we talked with Vojta about the position of the teacher and facilitator, how many things we supposed to do. But in the same time, we are humans, so we have our feelings and we have our struggling. And when you see the very emotional situations with the people you care about, which especially like for me, I very care about children, and even if I try my best, it has some impact to myself. So then it's good to have some kind of like a well-being routine for yourself or for your teachers. It's good to mention it, or I think it's good to mention to others that this is also the level what is happening. We don't hear you, Vojta. I don't know what's happening. Sorry.
So that was enough, probably.
We heard you now. We heard.
Really? Yeah. I thought that it was enough, and I don't have to say anything more. I just, yeah. So now you can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that it's not a bad thing when somebody gets emotional, and it doesn't necessarily mean that he needs a therapy, for example. And sometimes all it needs somebody who can help them contain the emotions, just to validate these emotions, just to verbalize them, for example, and just let them feel it, and that's all it needs sometimes. So it doesn't have to necessarily be something serious or like this, because we are human beings, and we all have our emotions. So just don't be afraid of them.
Nice.
Great answers with that.
So now we have 5 minutes. If there is any other question, or maybe let's say that we as a team of Circus Clinic, we are very open for some kind of cooperation in the future. So don't be hesitate to let us know, send an email, say, okay, this is interesting, or maybe you should know about this. Let's stay connected. And yeah, another maybe question?
So
Jose?
No, I think Jose has had the hand up the whole time. It needs to be.
No, it's just for the first time before.
Okay.
It's okay. I don't know how to down my hand.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
you can ignore it. That's fine.
So yeah, that was my my thing, that we finished our project at the end of last year, and now we are thinking about what we can do next. So nothing is set for now, but we see maybe there will be some interesting opportunities in the future.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much, Hana and Vojta, and everybody for attending and having questions and being here. I will be sending an email with the link to the book, to quad props, and Está Pasando's project that's mapping Latin America. I will send everybody Hanka's email in case you wanted to contact her about any future projects, if that's okay, and a link to Vojta's organization. Does anybody have any other resources that you think would be beneficial for this group that we should add? You know, like if you know about another book that is relevant, and if you have anything, then just send it to me and I'll pass it on to everybody. Okay, great. Thank you. And yeah, maybe see some of you in the other sessions this week. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.